Right, and good evening, sports fans. This is part 2 of my Tesla Effect a Tex Murphy Venture playthrough. And last time we were looking around a sanctuary trying to find gold pieces to enter it because I don't know, I forget. No, it is to further the plot, and it's like the main kind of puzzle you have to progress through to let the story proceed further. I think we're down to 2 pieces. I'm just checking the main atrium.
Arthur, King of the Britons.
That makes me a chuckle. Right, yeah, the crook and the whip. And the ibis head. I think it's an ibis, yeah. Although we've seen one up here.
That's one of the symbols, but it's out of my reach.
So
That's one of the symbols, but it's out of my reach.
I think you guys can chat in Discord for now, because I don't seem to be getting many viewers in the Twitch room. Oh. Okay, didn't hear that.
Well, I'd hardly call this living, but I'll take them at their word.
I'm just going to fiddle with the sound levels for a moment. There we are.
Well, I'd hardly call this living, but I'll take them at their word.
Okie dokie, so I'm not really clear on what I should arm the slingshot with, quite frankly. Because I'm guessing I have to use it or like a staff or something just to poke it down.
That's one of the symbols, but it's out of my reach.
I mean, you equip the slingshot and it has no ammo.
It's a slingshot. I don't know what I was thinking.
Exactly.
Wine, candles, chalice. Looks like we're ready for Black Mass.
There's no sort of pebbly item that I can sort of determine from around here.
These must be the silhouettes of the symbols I need to find.
Well, at least in this case, we've got a 3D world to actually explore the entire area. As opposed to like a sort of top-down, side-on, whatever adventure game where it's like a pixel hunt generally. Because those are just frustrating as all hell. There shouldn't be anything left in the living quarters. None of these paintings are interactable, so dining area is kind of limited, I believe.
Well, there's got to be some reason this mural was hidden. Better look at it closely.
There's the piece from last time we got, the game of Senate, which we got another piece from.
Let's see, crate, wood, pot, and a box with nothing useful in it. Time to move on.
It would be nice if we could complete Zelda our way through here, or Link our way through here, and just smash out the plots and everything. contents of that.
This contains all the books I read last year.
Pots, no.
Nothing useful. Got his own climate control system.
I think maybe something in the fireplace, but there
Got
isn't.
his own climate control system.
See, at this point, if I wasn't streaming, I'd be tempted to refer to an FAQ just for one little puzzle, but I've done this like a few times before, playthroughs, and it's just all about searching everywhere where you haven't searched, as simple as that sounds, because in games a lot of the time you get almost stuck into a broken record, looking at the same places over and over again, not realising it might be a few feet away that you haven't checked, so you just have to go everything with a fine-tooth comb. And if Lady Luck's on your side, you might get something. So go flavor text for that, right?
A hook. My favorite artificial limb.
It's kind of weird how you get points for just examining things. Like, for instance, which
Wonder if
one?
anyone else on Chandler Avenue has seen Margaret Leonard.
I think we've seen all these.
It's a business card.
Yeah, we've seen all those. I don't know if it saves after each door opening in any area, which I find rather... I don't know. Just generally weird. Right. Okay. I've just got the inkling there's something around this area here, because it seems very open, very exposed. Like, it's obviously they didn't clump the items too close together, and so I'm just curious as just to see if they've put it elsewhere around the room. The torch isn't completely necessary, but just helps with the more dark areas. It's kind of a nice torch effect as well, considering. And I believe in casual mode. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright, give us a clue. I think at this point I'll be here. Well, this is the next area we have to progress to. So I should actually put that off now. Offline. Green pot on the table. Okie dokie. That's a good clue. Thank you. Green pot on the table. Let's check her. I think they live in the dining area. I might have a pot on a table. Green.
Table, lantern, cup, plate. Nothing interesting.
Nope, nope. Ah! Ah! Da 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 da!
Pickled egg.
Oh, that's it. Pickled egg. Thank you. Because, you know, you got a slingshot. What do kids go for when they want to fling something? Oh! Pickled eggs. Exactly, and nothing else but pickled eggs.
This pickled egg must be over 100 years old. It's as hard as a rock.
Now, see, yeah, that's what you want. A rock. Not a pickled egg to put in your slingshot. Because if that thing breaks, you got rotten egg all over your hands. Because... oh, God. I'm sorry, but my goodness. I mean, to be honest, if you had a pickled egg and you wanted like to throw a house or someone or whatever just to be an asshole as a kid, which let's face it, you could get away with, you just lob the pickled egg, put it into a slingshot is kind of risky business. It would just splatter before you left the slingshot.
I gotta admit, sometimes when you play God, things turn out okay.
Well, my trusty slingshot is loaded.
And let's thwang it at the doodad. Crook and flail, that's it. Crook and flail, I mean. Get points for looking at it.
Flail.
Right, the ibis. Now the ibis, I believe, is down this well here, which looks to be about, what, between 6 and 10 feet, 8 and 10 feet maybe.
Oh, there's something inside that bucket at the bottom.
But of course we have to do it the old-fashioned way of get the hook. We need to find the rope to attach the wheel, to attach the hook, to attach the bucket. And if memory serves, I believe the hook is in the facility somewhere. I did like the first visit to this place where you just enter the main gate and it sets off every alarm, but they cheapen it by just freeze framing it and narrating it. It sets off every alarm. Because you get kind of scared if it wasn't an alarm. But I digress. Right, there's rope somewhere around here. Let's check all the rooms again. So now it just likes to go call a rope somewhere.
No monkeys in here.
Got a feeling it's in one of these rooms, like the headmaster or a dining area. Nice picture, by the way. I like scenic landscapes like that. Anyway, am I coming through clearly with the microphone now? It's not too loud or quiet, or I'm not breathing into it too much, I hope. So I'm kind of paranoid about that lately when I'm streaming. How was that? Oh wait, hold on. Could it be in here somewhere? Wait, was it just that one that was movable? Alright, cool. We're getting feedback from my friend here, Jen, that my voice is fine. Sorry, to rub my eyes. I swear I just pushed one of them and it sort of rumbled something else.
Amontillado. Do I hear scratching behind these walls? Nah.
Nope. 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 Nothing to push. I think it would make sense for each room to have like one item, like the gold piece from the freeze in the wall, and the headmaster's pot of rotten eggs. So I think we will. Oh yeah, of course the cupboard.
Got his own climate control system.
That's not interactable. You just look at it, unfortunately.
Well, I'm hoping this isn't a chamber pod.
No. try the quarters one more time, I think, because it's kind of limited on where you can actually search in this facility. It kind of reminds me of Rise of the Triad, where a cult flight permit. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Check on the lobby again. So I found a hook here last time, but you can't.
King of the Britons.
Yeah, you can't jump. You know, the spaces just interact, or interact, look, and such. I always keep thinking that's something there, but it's actually just his sword. Same again. Oh, blimey. Ropes could be somewhere around here. It can't be a glitch, it has to be. No, 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 no. Let's look at the bloody bedroom. It just feels for it to be right to be tucked around here somewhere where there's all this clutter. Let's see without the torch, perhaps. Oh. If I actually pass through it, well, it's just still open. Yeah, I can. Well, that's that illusion ruined. Zoop.
Well, Cézanne's located in a winter wonderland. Nice little wishing well, but a couple of pieces of equipment are missing.
I'll just apply the hook, see what it says.
Well, that won't work.
Again, just... You could sort of slide down, or jump down, whatever, and then push it back against the wall, and with your feet just gently push it up against the sides. But again, video game adventure logic. I don't remember it being out here, that's the thing, even though it's like the last place to go to. It's a very pretty environment though. Creepy, but there's actually more creepy locations later on in the game. This is fairly innocuous. Mostly because it's all lit up and completely void of enemies.
There are just too many words in books. There are just too many words in books.
Come on, Mr. Rope, where are you? I don't think we rope in the bedroom there, but we found picket eggs in the headmaster, so who am I to suggest where things should and shouldn't be? Let me see then. see, let me see. See. What if I actually turn this tap? No.
Amontillado. Do I hear scratching behind these walls?
I hate to say it, folks, but I might need to quickly Google a clue. Oh, it's driving me nuts. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Because I was too busy sort of like focusing on the wall, and then just got going from room to room. It's just right there.
That might come in handy.
Alright, so folks, we have our rope. Let's go and hang ourselves with it.
Well, yeah, that'll work.
Well, now I've got something useful.
Useful is debatable, but for the sake of the puzzle, it's essential. So we apply the hook and rope to that. And of course, it takes all the fun out and automatically brings it up.
Well, I know what this is. It's a thing that does that thing.
Yep. It's an ibis, which I believe are rather problematic in places like Australia due to their seagull-like scavenging habits.
An ibis.
Oh, here he is
And
again.
now the journey of the symbols begins. Candidates are selected for their superior intelligence and physical attributes. The Seyssen elite will wield the royal authority over the dominions of Earth and beyond. The test to join Seyssen
That's better.
is not without risks. When you cross the threshold, it is literally a journey to the
Excuse me.
underworld, where either eternal life or eternal death awaits.
Right. So now we go and get ourselves tested. Oh yeah, and more puzzles.
I guess this platform is where I go to take the tests. This must be one of the tests of Seyssen. I need to step on the platform before I can solve it.
Right. I guess I have to. No. No.
I guess this platform is where I go to take the tests.
It's a glitch because surely it would have activated by now. Oh yeah, there's no getting out until I've done the puzzles. Oh, you just have to stand right in the centre. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
And it looks like I'm supposed to get the cat out of the pyramid. To move the piece, I click on the piece and then the desired destination. Here, kitty, kitty.
Right, so there's like 4 cats, 5 pedestals, 1 cat there. Oh yeah, and it will save after every move. There's the exit, I believe, so here we go. Yeah, I don't remember this puzzle being too bad. Although I might have just screwed myself over. Aha. I think. I suppose slightly bullet puzzles are the worst. Especially that when it's like a larger image you have to deconstruct or reconstruct, as the case may be. Here we got it. Da-na-na-na.
You have passed this test. Proceed to the next chamber.
All right.
The path through the afterlife is difficult. You are required to pass a series of locations guarded by supernatural creatures.
Oh, I remember this one. Yeah, this one drove me absolutely bats. Basically, you got 72 moves, and you start here, and you have to make a path to there. Through the various jackal heads. I think there's like invisible walls as well that you can't proceed in certain directions. There we are. And yeah, I have to do it a few times over because I don't know why.
I need to find a way through this maze in a set number of moves. And I need to alternate my movement between Skull and Anubis pieces without going diagonal.
Ah, that's it.
The arrow symbol shows me my options to move.
Yeah, let's try again from scratch. Yeah, to go to Skulls and Anubis. Right, this is a bit tricky. Shit, I think we've buggered up. Yeah, we have. Oh shit, it forfeits your... Oh, balls. No, it doesn't forfeit your balls. Well, to be fair, that's very straightforward anyway, so that's not too bad. Or you can try it and yeah, fail and then reset. Okie dokie, well I think that's like a... Oh. No. I did the same thing, didn't I? No, this is relatively straightforward. From what I remember, I think it was just like 2 only of these things. I don't think it was a 3rd one. Could be mistaken, but Driving into the corner, isn't it? And across the top. For some reason you can't. I don't think you can go back. Oh, but you can reset it, that's something. Although I guess you can work yourself into a dead end. We've got a lot of moves to use, but oh shoot. Yeah. Yep. Oh shit, I think we're getting the deja vu again. I'm guessing we have to come at it from that angle, like going alternating there and somewhere. I think it's like one of the most difficult puzzles of the area. I remember that. I think was it the next one or the final one, if it is the next one, been rather straightforward. So we should be okay. If I can get through this bloody little maze. Yeah, I've got a feeling it might be unexpected route. Balls. Shame you can't like go back from there and yeah, meet in the middle. Ball 3. Done it. I think that opened up, or opened, yeah, this one.
Stay. Stay. Very good.
Oh, Tex is a character.
3 mighty pharaohs have reached the underworld and must travel across the River Nun. Each has been given
Oh,
his
I
own
remember this.
guide, but each pharaoh objects to his guide crossing with another pharaoh, unless he himself is present. They also object to leaving their guides with the pharaoh on the other side of the river. Arrange their passage. But remember, though the boat holds 2 people, one must bring it back for the other to use.
He's got quite the Egyptian fixations new for his puzzles. Right, so Pharaoh guide, Pharaoh guide, Pharaoh guide. Huh. guides go across without pharaohs? So in theory I could bring him across as well. Although we need... Ah, bugger. No, screw your guide. And the odds are I won't be allowed for the pharaoh either. Wait, what was he? Where's he not going? The pharaoh won't go alone, I think. The guide will, but the guide... Ah! Offload him. Push him across. Get your pharaoh. And go. Very straightforward. Yeah, he's got quite a cool, demanding, well, commanding voice about him, hasn't he? Yeah, this is the one I remember.
Each statue represents one element, earth, water, or the sun. I need to make sure that the light emitting from each statue reflects the element the statue represents. Afterwards, I need to align the lights emitting from the statues to the symbols carved on the tomb in the center of the room.
Okay, so...
Yellow represents the sun. Yellow represents the sun. Red represents earth. Red represents
Need
earth.
to get him on the left-hand side. It's got a very sort of crystal maze there, these puzzles, isn't it? Except you know, the 7 teammates shouting through the windows, especially on the like the shooting gallery ones where they just shout, and it would kind of put you off when you were shooting like the crossbow or the pistol, or whatever. Right, so
It's the symbol of the sun.
right, you need to.
It's the symbol of the earth.
So he needs to change his filter there. Nope. Yep. Oh, of course, remember now, you have to sort of bring him over, charge him up with the right element, which is not that one. Nope. It's the yellow, I think the clear one.
Yellow represents the sun. Red represents earth. Blue represents water.
Right, so sun. And then you're not that one. Oh, bollocks. That's the moving one, not the changing one. Right, yellow. Yep, you're fine. You need to be red. You're yellow. Off you go. Like I said, very straightforward puzzle, this one. Blue, and you're yellow. You're red, that's fine. You're yellow, that's fine. You're not supposed to be red. All done. Uh-huh. No form of damage in this, by the way. Although you can sort of... I think if you go to the top of Coit Tower and jump, obviously you will die.
Our highest praise is lavished upon you, the newest
That's the end of
member
the puzzles.
of the aristocratic class. The Seisan is the lotus flower, a symbol of rebirth in Egyptian mythology. You will now undergo a period of mind conditioning for the next 3 months, where thought patterns will be restructured for complete obedience to our cause.
Oh great, where do I sign up?
You will become a pure disciple of Seisan, worthy of leadership in the new order.
That's kind of the get the hell out of Dodge thing when they said we're going to restructure your mind to
I'll bet this is
show
why they're keeping
obedience.
Mason Bauer since security is so tight. I better be careful to stay in the shadows. For 5 crates, I'll address to Charles Foster Kane.
I think that's a Citizen Kane reference.
Yep, the armoire's locked. I'll need to find a key. Yep, the armoire's locked. I'll need 4 or 5 crates. I'll address 4 or 5 crates. I'll address to Charles
barrel.
Foster Kane. 4 or 5 crates. I'll address to Charles Monk robes for the on-the-go monk that favors both stylishness and comfort. What kind of chambers are these?
Need a pass key to get into the office of the headmaster. And there are dudes if you get too close. Apparently they bump you off because you get like an instant death scene when you get too close to them. It's kind of creepy, but ooh, blimey, this is torch.
Purity.
Letters.
Incubation cell. What the hell? Peace.
Yeah, will be enough. The armoire. I like that word. I'm guessing it's French or some such.
Authority. Looks like a dungeon. Mason Bowers must be held captive down here. Obedience.
Oh, apropos. So let's have a look. Letters.
I need to find 7 circle red.
7 of them, right. Nope.
I'll need a security card to get inside the headmaster's office.
I think this dude probably sits here. Yeah, I got too close.
Well, you're dead. Good thing you saved your game. Wait, you did save your game, right? Because there's no way I'm going through all that again.
Yeah, back in the day when Tex Murphy was alongside other games like Monkey Island and all that, you had to save something chronic. There was no auto saves at all. Although sugar cakes.
Serenity.
Let's have a look. I should not do that right in front of him, should I? No. 5. We need a few more. Yeah. I believe he said 9.
I need to find 7 circles.
Close.
This must be Mason Bauer's room, and it's got security lights on. I'm toast if I walk into that.
I think there's something that makes this dude move. Like his partner comes along to change around, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, fucking hell, you can see their face as well. That's creepy. Okay, something triggered him to shift his keister. Trying to torture him doesn't really trigger him. Although you think you can trigger monsters later with the torch. Yeah, I think he just goes for a little bit of a stretch of his legs now and again. I'm not sure he comes any closer though. I'll probably just wait here until the he moves. And not stand there.
On my list of preferable ways to go, this is definitely not one of them.
Although I think we got there. No, we have to get there. Gotta see. Got serenity, got obedience. Yeah, even though there's spotlights, you can't really see where they're coming from unless they got like a flashlight. But the general ones, they just sort of float around. I really won't risk to get in that way. Ah, there he goes.
Rebirth.
And
Wisdom.
right.
Looks like the translator's ambitions are the same as Ming the Merciless. Universal domination.
Okay, so I believe we have all the letters.
Man, I don't even know what I was trying to do.
No, they're not used for that. They're used for something else.
Incubation cell. What the hell?
It's
What kind of chambers are these? Incubation cell. What the hell?
no, they combine those. I can't remember what you did with the letters now. Might be something in the storage room.
Yep, the armoire's locked. I'll need to find a key.
I think there might be another room adjacent to this point.
This is the door to the headmaster's office, and it's locked.
Rats. Oh, that was close.
What the hell's happening to these people?
Thought I saw something there.
I need to find 7 circled red letters.
Well, we got those letters, so nothing to do with the jackal. Or the no. Oh, it's like a blue colour, isn't it?
looks like a dungeon. Mason Bowers must be held captive down here.
Pretty sure we had to use it on the passing for the headmaster's place, but
This must be Mason Bowers' room, and it's got security lights on. I'm toast if I walk into that. I'll need a security card to get inside. Well, that won't work.
yeah, you can only look at these
I need to
things.
find 7 circled
So you
red
can
letters.
interact with them at some point. Shit. God, it's been a while since I've done this a bit. There's only 2 rooms I can actually enter. It's just this one and the other one. Aha!
Security key. You bet your sweet Dippy I'm picking that up.
I love that expression. You sweet dippy. Keep walking, buddy. Nobody's here. Even though I can shine a torch into your general area perception, you still won't react. Bullseye. Oh yeah, he's ready for another puzzle.
Bam! Looks like we got ourselves another secret room. Candle, couple of books. Guess this guy wanted to be like Lincoln. Reads by candle.
Comic.
Like an Hammer candy comic. The Case of the Not-So-Thin Man. I'll put this in my comic book rack collection in my office. Looks like an armoire key.
Ah, for the armoire. Oh, he's alright. He's just put off into that little alcove there. And his mate's falling the other way. You coming this way, mate? You coming down here? You're coming this way. I think when he comes down there, his mate comes out of the alcove. So it's like he's on the clock or something. The armoire needs a key. We will look at the key
It's a key.
to get the point.
Booga booga booga. Booga booga booga.
I think there is like a pattern to discern what position to put it in, but usually it's, I think it's just to wiggle it until you find it. I think that's,
Candle, couple of books. Guess this guy wanted to be like Lincoln. Reads by candlelight.
oh, just yeah, that apparently was it. Security off.
And It's a security station, and it's only monitoring one cell.
Right, let's go and get Mason Bowers. Which I believe is on the other side. Oh, fiddlesticks. Cut through the middle. Alright then, we won't cut through the middle. See if I bloody care.
This is Mason Bowers' cell.
Oh, diddle drumsticks. Christ on cell, that was close. Put the keys there. Supreme.
Bowers? Mason Bowers. Anybody home? Bowers? Yeah, you don't remember anything, do you? I'm gonna have to bring something back to cut you out of here.
No. They told me.
Scared? Yeah, I'm scared too. But these people, they're trying to hurt you. I'm here to help you, okay? But to do that, I need your help. Look, have you got anything? Anything at all that I can use? Anything in your pockets?
Just this.
Yeah, those are nice. I need them. Say, look,
Those are mine.
relax. Stay here. Yeah, I'll be back, and you have a great day.
Those are mine! Those are mine! Dave! 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 Come back here! Where did you go? Dave! Those are mine! Dave! You come back here! You come back!
Seeing Bowers so unbalanced and paranoid was not a real confidence builder on what the future had in
To be
store
honest,
for
he
me.
did thief them.
I'm dealing with something far beyond my level of expertise, and I need some professional advice from my new best friend, Dr. Kate Donahue.
And to day 6 we go. I think it's about 10 or 12 days in all. Masonic rituals or jumped out the cuckoo's nest.
Glad to see you're still alive.
Of the tablets. I mean, I guess in like 2046, we'll probably look back at this and think, wow, they thought tablets would be the thing.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, since I haven't paid my first bill.
So your test results came back. Have you ever been in the military or undergone any behavioral therapies?
Secret.
No. Well, not that I can remember.
Back around 2020, a controversial therapy was developed, initially to help victims of trauma. It was known as a trance inducer. Nanites were used to target specific memories, blocking
Oh,
brain
nanomachines.
signals, essentially erasing the traumatic memories. The military started to use it to treat post-traumatic stress, but then they and other government agencies discovered more off-label purposes.
And somehow it's ended up in my system.
Whoever injected you coupled it with a verbal cue, a trance key. It's a phrase spoken to trigger a response. To restore your memory, you need an antidote serum known as a trance interrupter, and then the trance key.
Okay.
Great. Now could you tell me where I might find those?
That's the bad news. But if you get the serum and your key, your recall should be strong as ever.
Tongue in cheek.
Well, I'll try and remember that.
Okay, so tell me more about it.
You'll need your trance key to restore your memory, and the only way you'll find it is to get it from the person who injected you with the trance inducer.
Right, so we're looking for somebody.
I have no idea what the trance key might be, of course, but it would likely be a short, fairly unique phrase.
Like banana or pudding.
I've checked around, and it's not stocked by any medical facilities.
Alright.
I've dealt with many cases of amnesia. but nothing exactly like this. Let's just keep this professional, shall we?
Killjoy.
Before I return to Ceysan, I'll need a laser blade to cut Bowers free, the trance interrupter serum, and its trance key.
Phone message waiting. Phone message waiting.
Like he's just hovering about 2 feet off the ground and just lands with a bump. Oh, now you've got all the comics.
Phone message.
Right.
Phone message.
Mr. Murphy, please tell me you have news about Mason.
He's being held at a place called Ceysan, which is some crazed cult where the lunatics are in charge. I'm not going to alert the police because they might dispose of Mason. I think I better handle this myself.
But why would you put yourself in so much danger?
Because someone's taken 7 years of my life from me and I want it back. If there's a way I can discover what happened and somehow restore my memories, I'll take that chance.
Well, I hope you do get that chance. My name is Thompson Alton. I'll get back with you soon. Good luck, Mr. Murphy.
I like our little buddy now. Oh, let's see what the word on the street is about it. Archie might have a few ideas.
Seriously, we are the dynamic duo, don't you think?
Certainly the boy wonder.
So what have you come up with?
Well,
No.
trans key?
No.
I guess it'd be pointless asking for.
Don't know about that.
Seriously, I need a kook to get my electronics and various other related problems solved, and he can't answer them. I wonder if what's his name might help.
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions? You think we got something that expensive here? And you know you gotta have a license to carry one, right? Look, I have one of my own. I'll give it to you. But only if you swear that it squares us up.
I love that. A protest of, you know how dangerous it is, but here's one anyway.
I don't know if this has anything to do with this trans key you're talking about, but after that 48 Pandian flew off, I circled back. I took a quick look around and saw a fresh hypo on the ground along with a few cards. I grabbed them. If you want them, just don't tell the cops I gave them to you.
Wow, this is,
Sorry.
that's really helpful. Let's have a look at inventory, shall we? Yeah, that's the one we got from Bauer.
These 4 of clubs cards were found scattered all over the alleyway by Zach after the abduction. I think Bauer's trance interrupter key may be the phrase 4 of clubs. This laser blade can help me free Mason Bowers from Ceysan.
Well, we have
Well,
these.
these baseball cards may open the drawer in Mason Bowers.
Let's go and go to his red and pick his safe again.
Before I return to Ceysan, I'll need a laser blade to cut Bowers free, the trance interrupter serum, and its trance key. Man, this is a nightmare. I fly back to the beach house to see if the cards Mason had on him can be used here. When I arrive, there's a familiar face waiting at the door, looking for an update.
You found Mason. Is he okay?
Not physically, but mentally he's had a taste of his own medicine and it doesn't suit him.
Where is he?
It's a place called Ceysan, and I can't tell whether he's being held for his own protection or against his will.
So, what do we do now? If we don't know why he's there, we shouldn't get the police involved, right?
Yeah, these boys play for keeps. I'm afraid if we break in on him, Mason may disappear for good.
You said you don't think he knows who he is. What does that mean?
He's been shot up by something called the trance inducer. And if we don't get Mason's memory back, all 3 of us may be stuck at this dead end.
I'm so grateful you're doing this. I don't know who else I could turn to.
Oh dear.
I still care for Mason, but we haven't been close in a long time. You seem so tough and self-reliant.
Well, being a PI is a very rough business.
That's probably his most manly voice on.
Maybe when Mason is back to his normal state and out of danger.
Look, I'm no hero. I'm doing this to get my memory back. But perhaps later we could talk about this.
Perhaps is so full of possibilities. Is there a more intriguing or tantalizing word?
Cheesecake.
Perhaps. But right now I've got to find something to help me get Mason out of Cézanne.
I'll leave you to it. Good luck, Tex. I've got to go. But you know how to get a hold of me if there's anything you need.
Well, no, but we'll see.
Don't get it? I just don't get it. These women, why are they interested in you?
Maybe you need to get your optical sensors checked.
Between Ariel, Taylor, and the look Mojo is giving you, I'd say losing 7 years has done wonders for your charisma. Hey, have you considered wiping a few more? Oh, that was a nice cat suit, by the way. Can we pick up one in my size? Oh.
God, smart hike. Let's get the safe open, shall we? What's that? Oh, the
This
injector.
must be the trance interrupter medication. And there's only one dose.
So we got to zap Mason with it. Now you got the laser key now. What, laser? Was it laser scalpel? Laser blade. Let's go back to Cézanne. And not fanning about with all the puzzle of stealth and everything.
Mason, how are you today? How's everything going here at the camp? 4 clubs. 4 clubs. 4 clubs, Mason. Come on, wake up. Come on, don't be deaf, dumb, and stupid. Please, Mason, wake up.
Is this a bit of a rush?
That's it. Come on. Come on.
Tex, where are we?
In a whole lot of trouble.
Is that the trans interrupter? What have you done?
You can thank me later.
But you restored my memory. I'm the one who blocked it.
What? Why the hell would you do that?
But the way he's
Oh,
just
God.
casually cutting him
Now they
out
can
and
find out
just talking to
everything
him, not making eye
How
contact
could
with
you
laser.
do this?
Oh, well, maybe because I want my memory back. Your friend said you're the only one who could help.
My friend?
Yeah, the one who came for the cryo chamber.
So he has it. The cryo chamber's safe?
Yes, he has it. So where do I get more serum? There was only 1 dose in your safe. And what the hell's my trance key?
Margaret injected you. She's the only one who could have helped you.
Yeah, and she's dead. And I'm pretty sure her head was the main ingredient in that soup can of yours. Why'd you cut off her head?
I didn't. It was Maldonado. I don't think I could have done it.
Yeah, well, don't mince words, because it was your idea.
Margaret double-crossed us. She came up with her own plan, but I think we stopped her before she could give it to the translator.
Well, you don't come across as totally insane.
She knew things, but she'd given up hope. However, some of us still believe. It wasn't fair of her to take those things to the grave. And I have the technology to tap what's inside her memories. Even after death.
Well, I stand corrected. You are insane.
You were in on it with us. We were all looking for the Tesla egg. But you're the one who found it in the wall of your apartment. I was still working from the inside,
Hence the holes.
letting you all know what the translator was doing. By then, Margaret had stolen the egg and disappeared. I was afraid she switched sides, so I hired Maldonado to do surveillance on the Ritz, hoping she'd show up.
Yeah, and she did. She and that big mutant came by and injected me.
I caught up to her at the door of her apartment. All I wanted to do was talk, but she clutched her chest and collapsed. Dead before she hit the floor. Decapitation was the last resort.
When does the abduction come in?
I called Maldonado just when the translator's henchmen arrived. Maldonado brought the cryo chamber while I created a diversion. While they were chasing me, he did the deed. Then I used the transinducer on myself.
We'll rendezvous with my friend. We gotta find that egg before the translator does.
All right, but let's swing by and get your wife, too, because she's been worried sick about you.
My wife? I don't have a wife.
Very good, Tex. You continually impress.
Oh, shoot.
The cryo chamber. It holds your answers. Don't let him find it.
Did he just fall into his death or something?
Welcome back, Tex. You certainly have a gift for making
Oh,
things
here he is.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a gift that just keeps on giving.
I assume you have no idea who we are.
Well, let me just save some time here. I have no memory of you or anything else since this bastard here shot me and my girlfriend 7 years ago.
Yes. Margaret made sure of that, didn't she? Willing to die just to keep you out of the equation, undermining me at every turn, right up until the end.
I need to know one thing. Did you kill Chelsea?
You could say that.
Don't move.
And Slade as well.
It's a long story, Tex. Maybe some other time.
Just tell me what happened to Chelsea.
Dalton, would you please answer Tex's question?
My pleasure. We'd stolen your speeder, of course. After I sedated you and Chelsea, you were taken to a place where we could search your memories for leads to Margaret Leonard's whereabouts. When that failed, I staged Chelsea's death, attempting to draw Leonard out of hiding. We left identifiable DNA inside your burned-out speeder.
Which, incidentally, was uninsured.
Leonard didn't fall for it, unfortunately. Eventually, we let Chelsea go, and I never saw her again.
This was all before I returned. I've never seen Chelsea.
I haven't seen her either. As far as you know.
Identify yourself, program.
And you are?
I am the translator.
Is translating your profession or a hobby?
It is my mission and my destiny.
Well, I guess that makes 1,000,002 questions that I have. Everything would be a lot easier if you just unlocked my memory.
I would if I could, Tex, believe me. Unfortunately, Margaret took your trance key to her grave.
What? I'm supposed to believe that I'm on your guys' side for whatever's going on here?
That's right. We're all in this together.
We united in a common goal. It was a goal Margaret and I used to share many years ago. But she lost hope after I died.
You're Joe Hansen? Margaret Leonard's husband? The FBI agent who stole the Tesla cash?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. But when I learned what we'd taken from Tesla and buried in our vaults, what amazing technologies he had to offer the world, it became my dream to complete his work. But then I was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I had little time left, so we decided that I should be preserved in a cryogenic state in hopes that a cure could be found someday.
But now you're here, alive again. So who's the one who brought you back?
Margaret refused. She said it wasn't safe yet. I tried to pressure her, and she disappeared.
In the end, it was Mason who completed the reanimation.
What's it like?
Indescribable. I saw eternity. And I returned with a renewed sense of purpose. I finally saw the true vision of Tesla's work.
So if Mason brought you back, why did he turn against you?
Margaret can be very persuasive. I think she convinced Mason that my work was too risky. But she couldn't convince you, Tex.
I'm a little lost here. Why do you need me?
Margaret held one last piece of the puzzle. The Tesla egg. It is the nucleus of the atom. Without it, the spirit radio has little effect. But with it, the veil between living and dead will vanish. And we will all exist within the immortal coil. We have work to do. You're free to go, Tex.
These guys must be playing some kind of mind trick on me. This has got to be a setup of some kind.
Tex, buddy, I'm afraid I haven't been totally straight with you. Over the last 7 years, you have become a lying, womanizing, duplicitous, two-timing cutthroat who plays both sides against the middle for money, and is partners with the gentleman who just left the room. I thought you could just walk away from the person you'd become, but I see that fate may have something else in mind.
So they're all in on it. Huh. The Thickens plot.
After I returned from Say San, I called off
Hey,
to
Max,
tell him
welcome
Mason
aboard,
Bowers
yeah.
had taken a 40-foot leap. The guy was so broken up, he hung up the phone.
We
I'm
just
not
met
sure
the
if Bowers'
translator
death
and
ended Alt's interest in this whole sorry mess, but my gut tells me
various
I
other
need his help
characters
if I'm
have
ever gonna solve this
stepped out of the
case.
shadows as well.
I decided to visit Saint Germain to find more information about the Tesla egg.
So, how goes the investigation? I don't suppose you have any news regarding that egg we talked about?
Well, everybody's talking about the Tesla egg, but I think I've got a lead on it.
Ah, the egg of Columbus. The copper egg. Unveiled by Tesla at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893, it was the very heart
I've got it
of a
all
small
archived, so if you're unsure of the story at some point, like after the end of the stream, you can probably catch up with
But you seem
some
underwhelmed,
of the
and
points.
that's not good.
You know the story of Tunguska?
Well, I do now.
If you believe, as many do, that the Tunguska explosion was
I thought
caused
you
by the Tesla
matches with
death ray, and
Cigars.
you believe that the Tesla egg is a core component of the death ray,
Yeah, the Teleforce.
then the egg would be of immense fortune. Tell me, what do you believe, Mr. Murphy?
I believe you know a lot more than you're telling me.
Are you familiar with Paradise Lost?
Isn't that one of those resorts for swingers?
Paradise Lost is a poem about the great divide in
Yeah,
heaven when Lucifer
is it
was cast
Milton
out.
or
After his banishment,
can't remember.
Lucifer swore revenge and created an army of his own. He and his followers waited in darkness for their chance to strike back at the god who cast them out. After a 3-day battle against the faithful angels, the forces of evil were banished from heaven for all eternity.
Oh, I like it when the good guys win.
Yes. But what if the war were not over? What if Lucifer had not
I love
been
Texas
defeated, but
blasé
lay in
attitude
wait,
to impending doom at times.
preparing for his chance to overthrow heaven?
Obviously, he can be cool-headed and stuff.
Well, debating
But,
hypothetical fairy tales is a little nerdy for me.
Nerd! You hear that?
Look at the world around you. Did heaven win the battle? Man has created hell on earth. And the longer man exists, the further he descends from the wisdom and discernment needed to overcome the darkness. At his core, he's a grasping, clawing, foolish creature, willing to commit any sin to appease his base and greedy nature.
I thought I was jaded. You really think we're as bad as all that?
There
Looks
are
to
still
be, yeah.
some who give me hope. You, I'm not sure about. Your role, whether for good or evil, has yet to be determined.
Is that ever explained from more
He's
than...
not so
oh, shit.
bad. Does he have the egg?
No, my dear. Entirely the wrong egg. An interesting trinket, to be sure, but not the egg I'm searching for.
Well, if it isn't Ariel Bowers. You know, I hope I pronounced that correctly because Bowers doesn't have a wife.
Great work, detective. How long did that take
They
to
say
figure
Lucifer
out?
is meant to be a woman or
Not long.
something in some
Bowers
interpretations.
told me.
I have to confess, I
'Cause there's, like, a lot of
haven't been
seductive
totally
and,
honest with you on some things.
Tantalising
Just some?
aspects
I
to
didn't
his or
know
her
who you
personality
were
that seems
when you
to
first interrupted my own search of Bowers' place.
kind of give an air of
And what were
bewitching.
you doing there?
I work for an organization you wouldn't have heard of. We're based out of St. Petersburg.
In Florida.
Russia.
How about you?
I don't work for anyone. Just the greater good. And my own little passions, of course. Ariel and I have crossed paths on several occasions. This time we seem to have some objectives in common, so we pooled our resources.
Yeah, I'm well familiar with Ariel's resources. How common are your objectives and mine?
That depends. You the kind of man who lets innocent people die?
Not normally, no.
You've heard of the Tesla Legacy Society. At one time, it had a membership of hundreds.
blimey.
After Charles Johansson died, the numbers dwindled. Some time ago, all those people vanished without a trace. I'd hoped to find some answers from Bowers.
Oh, I got news for you. He's not dead. He's back.
He's the translator, I
Yeah,
presume.
it's hard really,
The one
because
building the immortal coil.
I'd be curious to
You say
see
you
why
like
Lucifer was kicked out of heaven from a
Plan on
non
doing anything about that?
Oh, sure.
goody
Leave
two
it to
shoes
me,
Christian
as
angle.
always.
You know?
What are you two gonna do about it?
This is not my
I put on a
battle to
wager
fight.
or something so innocuous and
me.
so
I
ordinary,
won't be able to get close to him like you can.
deemed trivial,
You shall have to
but they
find the
would probably
Tesseract
find it
first.
offensive and just like,
Great.
you barred.
I didn't even think of that. Well, if you don't have any more helpful tips...
Until we meet again, Mr. Murphy. And something tells me we will.
Until next time. Kiss for luck. You'll need it.
Oh, shoot.
After visiting with St. Germain, the former Mrs. Bowers invites me to a place called the Resort and says she has information to exchange.
Well, well. If it isn't Dudley Do-Right. Caught me red-handed.
What? Standing in a room?
And if it isn't Natasha Vitale, you and Boris Barinov have certainly pulled a fast one on me.
Saint Germain isn't part of this.
Oh, yeah, that sounds
He's a
cartoon
collector
reference.
looking for the Fabergé egg. I'm an agent looking to infiltrate the translator.
Oh, double entendre, come on.
Well, let me guess. You specialize in undercover operations.
No, I really am. The organization I work for, you couldn't pronounce it, but in English it's called the White Guard. We've been monitoring the
Yeah, you
translator
should be
for
warned about
years.
that.
We've had our eye on you as well. So are you going to interrogate me? I have so much to confess.
Oh, lordy Lou. Show off.
So you're sure I couldn't pronounce that Russian name? I'm pretty good at pronunciation.
I'll be honest with you. I need your help, Tex. And I can help you, but I had to find out where your loyalties were.
I'm an army of one.
My loyalties lie with me. Nobody else.
And that is Jack, apparently.
That's why we're here, together, alone. I hope you don't mind I took the liberty of ordering some food. Should be here any minute. I thought we could have a bite, get to know each other a little better.
Said the spider to the fly.
I told you, Tex.
Yeah,
I've
this
had
is
my
really
eye on
obvious,
you
isn't
for a
it?
while. And as you know, I'm not married. Who knows what lies ahead?
What lies ahead? That may be the truest thing you've ever said to me.
It's a rough world out there. Any of us could be dead tomorrow. I live in the moment. And right now, I want that moment to be with you.
Oh, God. Nope.
Ariel, I have any number of reasons to keep you at arm's length. But right now, I just need one. There's a woman that I care about. I might even be in love with her.
Mm.
And until I know for sure, I can't afford to
Now, is
live
that
in the moment,
disappointment
no
or
matter how
genuine
gorgeous
sadness?
or enticing that moment might be.
I know things. Things you might want to know.
I'm sure that you do. But if they come with strings attached, I'm not interested.
Okay, I promise. No strings attached. That must be the food. I'm just going to change real quick.
No, no, no changing.
Okay. I need to get this out before you say anything.
Oh, this is going to get messy.
I get it. You don't know me anymore. But I know you, and I'm not just going to give up on what we had. It may not have been much, but I wanted it to be much, and I'm here just to see if you'll give us one more chance.
Oh, I thought I blathered. No, Chelsea.
Look, I know 7 years have passed. I realize that. But to me, it's yesterday. I'm in love with Chelsea, and if there's any chance that I can find
Although,
her
to be
when
honest,
she's
he does have a
alive,
shrine to her, which kind of raises a bit of a flag.
I hope you find what you're looking for, Tex. I really do. And if you ever decide to let go of the past,
But so it's Chelsea, I mean.
come look me up. I might still be here.
Nice Sealand fan, though.
I wish just once I'd had a man love me like you love this Chelsea person. Who is she?
Respectful Chelsea.
she's the reason you got
Because I'm guessing like you're constantly
Okay,
dodging advances, or
But I may be back tomorrow.
you just might have the option at the last minute to ditch Chelsea, and yeah. Which is kind of interesting, because you kind of... if there's a date in the month, you kind of work out where the junction is.
They're both incredibly tempting in their own right.
It's usually just one fixed point.
I feel Chelsea's out there.
Unlike this.
I know in my soul she's the perfect one, and I need to find her. As I contemplate my next move, I get a call from Archie, who says he has a lead.
Oh,
for me,
Archie's got a lead.
and I should
Of
come
course.
over right away.
I went to him for a lead earlier, and he was all out of leads. Anyway, shall we continue? No messages. So our point score is so far. 3 out of 5. I don't really think it affects the ending of how many points you get. It's just like a general sort of evaluation of how well you did by not dying, and
So have you heard any more about the Tesla cache or Margaret Leonard? I mean, if she can't fix it, how are you going to get your memory back?
It's not just my memory, it's my life I want back.
Those Morlocks, I think that there's a connection between them and Margaret Leonard. I mean, see, the other day when you got knocked out, Margaret was in your apartment, right? The Morlock hunters told me they'd never seen so many Morlocks around Chandler Avenue. They said it was like something or someone was drawing them there. I mean, no one knows what they were doing around here. They were scattered after Margaret died. Now the hunters say that quite a few of them have been showing up in one particular area outside the city. I got a location for you.
interesting. I don't think so, no. I think they do show up if you pursue one of the other girls and you have to do like an alternate path thing. It involves going into the sewers, and I think you might meet the Morlock hunters, the Morlocks there, but apart from that, I don't think they're mentioned again.
I actually wouldn't mind forgetting a few years of my own life, mostly my teenage years.
I hear that, Archie.
The Tesla cache is right up there for me. Oh, and the death ray? Well, the name says it all, doesn't it?
He's almost like the fourth lone gunman from the X-Files, just very enthusiastic kind of
Well,
character.
we were talking about some stuff. Tesla, Romanovs, Fabergé, that sort of thing. He sure seems to know a lot about everything. You like my shop? Kind of like my old one, the Cosmic Connection. But I had to change the name in case, you know, the NSA and all that.
Damn NSA, spoiling our parties, ruining our business, changing our names. What am I meant to do? Let's just interrogate Archie so we can get anything more out of him.
Hey, Murph, how you doing? What can I do for you?
He's a character, isn't he, Archie? Yeah.
He'd go on into these weird trances and talk about past life stuff. You know, pretty intriguing until you get to where he starts going on about Atlantis.
I think Atlantis was one of the major plot points in the... I think it was the Pandora Directive game.
She's dead? And she was living right here for years! How do you always find yourself right in the middle of everything? You have a gift, my friend. Donnelly's kind of a mysterious character. He was a private detective Tesla may have hired not long before he died. There's a mention of it in one of Tesla's letters. My little buddy Mojo works over there. We hang out a lot, but I can't stay there too long. Something makes my eyeballs burn.
I love his expression of just how dare they burn my eyes.
He's not very friendly, is he?
I like Rook. I am talk to Rook actually as well. He reminds me of like a human form of a very curmudgeonly Yoda.
Perhaps I've been wrong about you, Murphy. What can I do to help?
Good grief.
No. Next.
Oh, he's not going to know about this, is he really?
I'm quite certain she was on the run from someone or something. I took care of her as much as she'd let me. I'm very sad she's gone.
His whiskers kind of remind me of Neelix from Star Trek Voyager.
Interesting fellow. He was particularly interested in anything to do with Nikola Tesla. He mentioned that he stayed at the Golden Gate Hotel.
Yeah, I doubt we're going to get anything new from him anyway. Let's say about Clint though.
Like I always say, you can take a bum out of a dumpster, but you'll never get a dumpster out of a bum.
I'll leave that, yeah, as is. That's a big arse to put a dumpster in there. Anyway, this next bit was actually part of the original demo for Tesla Effect, which is this one singular location from land-in till exit, and it's got a really nice music soundtrack on the way there. So that very brooding, very dramatic.
So who is Margaret Leonard, really? Is she a modern Dr. Mengele experimenting on damaged human beings for her own gratification? And why is she the critical key to my world over the last 7 years? My head's still spinning when I spot the location 200 feet below me.
Very nice. This bit I've done quite a few times, so I've got a good idea where everything is.
Of course, I always got a bad feeling about this. Could you just go ahead and place me in a hard case?
Again, just jumps down. Toxic hazard.
Better steer clear of the water. God knows what could be lurking in there.
Oh, look out.
Whoa. There was someone or something on the other side of this stream. I wonder if it's Mantis. I need to be careful. Sounds like he's in a homicidal mood.
Yeah, Mantis would be, oh. Well, we had a picture of him earlier. Seems to be cooperating with Margaret Leonard. Right, so here we are. Here's a box of nails.
Bucket of nails is
Bucket
always
of
helpful
nails.
when you want to fix something.
That's
You know,
wood.
I've always thought that wood is a key ingredient to starting any fire. Yeah, it's an Ultra Pro 900 lock. I'll need to find the key before I can open this, and it's probably in the house.
Fun fact, we used to have locks like this on the farm for the workshop and other facilities that need to be locked. the bolt to the lock is actually like circular in design, so you actually fling the bolt around in a circular pattern when you put the key in.
That man over there could be Mantis.
Where? Right, so... Whoa, so this ladder is knackered.
Looks like I'll need 5 planks, a hammer, and some nails if I'm going to repair this ladder.
There's a hammer.
Why does this have to be so heavy?
Oh, come on, Tex, suck it up. It's a hammer, for God's sake. Anyway, we need 5 planks, I believe.
I'm not sure that man is friend or foe.
And spoiler, we'll get a death scene if we walk into the river. Oh, was it on the ground, was it?
I have an eerie feeling I'm being watched.
Yeah, sometimes the texture of the ground matches just about the item. There we are.
Well, this'll come in handy.
And for reasons unbecoming or unknown, you have to combine these two.
Hey, it worked!
Well, I'm almost ready to start a construction project. I just need 5 wood planks.
Which doesn't really make sense, because obviously you've got the hammer and nails. Combining them is, well, just a bit arbitrary. Where are your planks? There's a plank.
Now I could use that.
I like the term plank as an insult, meaning a very PG-friendly version like Wally or Idiot. Sort of like the expression tool, like you complete tool. There we are, that one.
It's a plank.
So yeah, they're just sort of round here willy-nilly. One more. What did you say about your speeder again?
Only the finest in Serbian automobiles.
Yeah, that's it. Again, a very creepy location, but as the game goes on, you're taken to more eerie locations. I mean, there's near the end is probably the worst one, as it were, and there's all sorts of creatures there. Well, unfortunately, you can't. I don't think you can actually kill any creatures in this game, like intentionally. Oh, there we are.
Well, that might come in handy.
Most of the time, you just have to avoid them. Right, so planks all aboard. Yeah, go ahead, John. Hope you find something good. And then combine the planks and the nails and the hammer.
Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner!
Just what I need for a repair job.
And rub planks, nails and hammer onto ladder.
Now, I fixed it, and it appears to be some sort of ladder.
Ladder. Of course, by the time we get back here...
Water must be toxic. I better not stick my tootsies in it.
Holy crap, he's booking it. It's almost like the game just does not want you to touch him yet. Oh, fuck me, that made me jump. They're mighty friendly around these parts, aren't they? Oh, I think there's a comedic scene here.
Sign says the water's toxic, but how dangerous could it be?
Has there ever been a bigger idiot than you?
Not a death scene, but just like a don't touch the water. Definitely don't want to go that way.
Nice vase. The Ace of Base vase. I'm glad that ceramic pot has finally been legalized.
Oh, the puns. Ah.
This card could be used to get in the front door. It's like an old frat house out here.
Seriously, who does that? Like, leave the card, key, whatever, to the house, just like under a rock or under the rug or in an open box? And here we go.
Who are you?
Ready for adventure.
I'm a Morlock hunter. Hunter. Let's go get those bastards.
Liar! Liar!
I think his bluff just felt somewhat chronic. There's humour in.
Me, friend. You, Morlock.
Ah! Friend! Slave! Killer!
Actually no, press information.
Slade? Are you talking Big Jim Slade?
Get it out of my head!
Calling Dr. Murphy.
So, maybe some medication for you?
Help me! Slave! Die! Die!
Kids. They never shut the door when they go out to play.
No.
That must be Mantis, and my guess is Margaret Leonard left some medication to control his affliction somewhere in the swamp house.
Oh, here's a puzzle.
Looks like there could be something hiding underneath this dirt. Ah, the XBR 1000 greenhouse light. It sure grows plants fast, but the FDA banned them because of excess radiation.
We have some clippers.
Yep, garden shears are perfect for trimming grass, bushes, or stubborn branches.
Seeds.
I wonder if there's a way to get these valerian flowers to grow quickly.
Ah.
I'll need these valerian seeds to blossom into flowers before I can use them in medicine.
Mutant thumb.
That was a waste of time.
So more bits and bobs around here. No. Anyway.
Nice chest. I never cared for pliers. Got lots of bad dental memories. Books? Do people still read these? Ah, it's open to the centerfold.
Ah, what's that?
The Mike and Ike Hammer Candy comic. Double Fudge Indemnity. I'll put this in my comic book rack back at the office. That's why I always insist on guests using coasters.
And the master bedroom.
Ah, someone's writing their letter to Santa early this year. It's an empty vial. Whoa, that's one old vid phone. It's got a message on it, but I'll need to get Margaret's voicemail number to listen to it. This key belongs to an Ultra Pro 900 lock.
Same Mars, isn't it? Yeah, because I think one of Tex Murphy's games was actually called Martian Memorandum, which involves something Mars related.
Grapple arm? I've always wanted one of these. They're good for reaching items just out of my grasp or in a dangerous situation.
You know, like a screwdriver on a lily pad in a toxic lake, river, whatever. Anyway, Christ, that made me jump then. Get your ass to Mars. Every time, yeah. They should have not remade that film. Like, it's watchable, but it's one of those films. It's almost like RoboCop, the reboot of it. Just could have been called anything else. Oh, hey, welcome back, Jen. From our travels inside the house, we've got all these lovely items. Well, not firewood. Pliers, a vial, a key, and an arm, and some seeds, and some shears. Action, grapple, use the puzzle. So I've got a screwdriver.
Screw this. That's a brand recognized all over the world.
Yeah. I guess I'm more of a sucker for like the original RoboCop, where it was less emotions, less characterization, and drama, and just there we are. This is a funny line he's about to say.
Well, that rake must be compensating for something.
Oh, that one too.
Well, that rake must be compensating for something.
You'll say it in a sec.
Well, that rake must be compensating for something.
Come on, say it, Tex.
Well, that rake must be compensating for something. Is this?
Hooch.
It is. It's actual moonshine. Nice place to sit.
That's it. Nice place to sit.
I know what you're thinking.
Ooh.
That's not a good idea.
C4 chewing gum.
C4 chewing gum. Stuff packs quite a wallop, but it is grape. I love grape flavor.
Oh, he's a jackass.
On second thought, I better find another
No.
use for this. Man, I wish I had one of these in my office. Nice place to sit.
Right, so we now have a packet of C4 chewing gum and moonshine.
That's real moonshine. With a high enough alcohol content to make you go blind for 3 days. Margaret must have been a girl who could hold her liquor.
So it's effectively paint stripper. Anyway, back to the house. I don't think at any course of this level you need to go that way. Everything we need to do is centered in the house itself. Anyway, what have we got? Well, this bookcase is in the way, so...
That accomplished nothing. Rusty C4.
No, I'm thinking of something else. Anyway, here's the living room. Or one of them.
Well, I won't be able to use this fireplace. It's got a vent cover.
Very ornate fireplace. And there it is, the dreaded slidey block puzzle. Hold on to your whiskers, will be there a few. Let's put some firewood in the fireplace.
Matches.
Yeah, you do, Tex. Cushion.
The zipper on this cushion's stuck. I'll need something to help me open it.
Oh, like some pliers?
It's a safe key.
I think the pliers has actually gone from no, yeah.
I bet
but this could increase my defense by +5.
There you go, nerds. There's a reference for you. Ooh, hello.
It's a broken syringe. Oh, another matchbook to add to my collection. Very handy when you're venturing into public bathrooms. Don't tell anyone, but I hear these make fun.
Yeah, apparently, I think it's an Americanism, but when it's like an old-fashioned thing of a guy going into the bathroom and lighting a match to hide the smell of something. I've seen it used in like King of the Hill. And there's the fire. There's a globe.
The cabinet lock is broken, so I'll need to find another way to open it.
Here we go.
Maybe that was a little overkill, but was effective. I'm sure Thor's big hammer here could straighten a few things out.
Yeah, it's weird for a hammer to be there because we just had a hammer previously and couldn't keep that. Key for the safe.
The picture looks similar to the one downstairs, except the one downstairs had 3 numbers on it.
Uh-huh. Oh, there's a pot over there.
What's a pot? For planting seeds.
Fertile soil. We take that into the I guess what would you call it? Conservatory, biolab. I feel like the Shield reference. Garden. Oh, it's a term for it. It's like indoor garden. It's a is it arboretum? I think or something. Right. So you put the you mix it with the seeds.
I guess luck counts for something.
Suddenly tiny sprout from seeds, because I don't know why.
It's a big sack of seeds. I'll need to shine a powerful light on this plant to make it grow faster.
Hmm.
Well, that won't work.
That's finished, right? You meant to put it there. Unless we switch on the big radiation inducing early Christmas crap. Let's run over it. Ah.
The XBR 1000 light shines brightest right here.
So we put that off for now. No, we can't. Put our seedling down. Yeah, the band light, yeah. It's basically you want a plant grown, you do this.
Need something to cut off a valerian blossom from this plant.
Well, you got just that, Tex. Yoink.
That might come in handy.
And I think basically we're done with this room now. Yeah, the clump of soil is red herring.
Man, I am making great time. This thing hasn't even moved.
That's not how clocks works, Tex. Right, so there's a similar picture up there with a safe. There's a thing down here, so hold on to your knickers. I just realised I cut away the picture, so I have no idea what it's meant to look like. Bollocks.
I need to rearrange the tiles to make a coherent picture.
Afterwards, a numeric code will appear.
I believe that's meant to be on the bottom now. Then that one goes on the end of that one. Yeah. Alright. Something comes down from there. That's just locations. Right, so okay, I guess now we'll go across the top, wouldn't it? And then, oh wait, no. Oh, that's trippy. You see like a completed image here, and it's sort of intersecting with this here, so I'm guessing that's to go over there. Okay, right. Well, let's do that. You have to get every other piece out of the way first. Again, this is why I hate these puzzles. I think in like game casual mode you can actually skip this puzzle entirely. Okie dokie. Back how many to be done now. What would go in the corner then? So twos go here. This 5 goes together. Try and work out where those 2 go. Maybe on the lower half of this. Yeah, because like a plate of sausages there, so it'd be that needs to go down now. Yeah, there is. That's all linked together. Linked sausages. Obviously, that bit of meat there needs to be connected to that one. So. That doesn't connect there though, does it? So oh, that connects to that one. So So I need to put... No, that's not... Oh, wait a second, I'm looking at it backwards. This needs to go to the far left. That's the start of the table from there, I'm guessing. Fudge. Oh, sausages are all over there now. Oh, here they come. Yeah, it is it's my own fault because I could have gone to the... Actually, let me just check. I'm going to go to the top of the bloody stairs to put that picture back. I think a lot of 90s, 2000, early 2000 adventure games loved slidey thingy puzzles. Yeah, that's not a helpful picture, is it really? No one. Okie dokie. Right, so what's... Although we are making progress. They're horrible teasers because they, as I said before, they require you to like break up one end, even though it's okay to like put it over somewhere else, and then it's a case of traveling one piece around to go. It's like trying to play Tetris with a traffic jam, quite frankly. I mean, you can all agree that this on the right needs to be there on the left. So if we do that, we can accomplish something at least. Oh, fiddlesticks. That needs to be over there as well. Let's just start from the left and work our way right, shall we? They are horrible, yeah. They're lazy as well, in a sense, because they almost seem like so easy to set up, like just make picture, disarrange, well, just assemble like a jigsaw puzzle, I guess, and then go on Gamer, complete as a puzzle. Fuck. It needs to go up there where that bloody bird is. And then you end up just going, ah! Right. But I wanted to show this like properly with no edits or anything, or jump cuts, because else it would just make the puzzle look far too easy, quite frankly. So he needs to go on the far end with his... somewhere. I've got something in my throat. That's lovely. Oh, excuse me. I'm right, not choking or anything. Right, so we got that part almost done. If I just make him traverse all the way around. Oh, there we are. Of course. There's one space left over, isn't there? I'm trying to work out where. Because obviously that would go underneath the sausages there. And then these three need to. Yeah, there. This needs to be over there, doesn't it? Because that is the front end of that. Oh, fan tiddles. You know, Fate's going to be cruel now and say, well, you've done all the bottom pieces. Now about the top. Yeah. Because I'm guessing that's going to stay as is, like that. Yeah, and then... top of the table, which should be... That doesn't make sense. So what would be on top of this then? Okay, that works. That's backwards, isn't it? That needs to connect to the back of this one. Which that one goes in. Oh, good God. But then again, that goes there. So maybe all this needs to go forward. Yeah, it does. There we are. Wait, no, that doesn't fit there, does it? Needs to be a circle there, so I'm guessing that piece is there, maybe. Yeah, that's it. There. And of course those two are the backwards, aren't they? Right. Yeah. Oh, there do seem some numbers there. 3, 7, and a 6. That's 6. Yeah, do you guys see that? Like a 3, because it sort of stops there. A 7, that's obvious. And a 6. You know what, let's just abort that. The 376, if that's right. Because let's face it, just 2 pieces will be there all night and try to solve it. 376, 376. Yep, it was right.
Security card.
Well, I guess I wasn't cheating, because we still technically solved the puzzle, right? Get the number out of the thing. Ooh. That's pointy at the end, so... And they're at the top, so I wonder if I can get to point downwards.
Whoa, that's one old vid phone. It's got a message. And another security card. Like I haven't seen 1,000 of these in my lifetime.
I love how the cupboard in the corner is just completely blown up with the C4 chewing gum. Although, why would you give C4 chewing gum a flavour?
Something big just moved.
Oh,
There's
hello.
someone coming out from behind the panel. I need to unscrew that cog from the wall before I can repair it. Looks like the panel on the wall controls the secret panel on the floor. Unfortunately, the cog's broken. I'll need to repair it before I can continue down.
Oh, what's that?
You know, I love secret doors, and something in this room must trigger it open.
Ah, it's only halfway open. Okay. Right, so we need to...
Looks like the panel on the wall controls the
Yeah.
secret panel on the floor. Unfortunately, the cog's broken. I'll need to
So the cog.
I'll need to reshape this metal cog.
Hammer it.
A match made in wherever you believe you'll go when you die. For me, it's a garage sale. A match made in a garage sale.
Isn't that kind of an eerie sentiment of like a match made in heaven? Because it, if he's saying it as is, it's a match made in so good you have to go die to make it.
Oh man, the desk in my office is way bigger than this one.
Oh, it's Tex. He'll chew anything with it if it's cooked grape or whatever flavour on it. Oh yeah, there's no crouch button in this at all. Let's see, control here. It's very bare bones kind of adventure game. I mean, even the inventory space is... Well, we actually got quite a few spaces. But it's not as complex as other adventure games tend to do with their inventory space.
I hope this isn't diseased.
I don't think I can use this for that, right?
Maybe try something else.
Ah, tongs.
Well, I know tongs are great for pulling my chestnuts out of the fire.
So with these tongs, I can put them together with the cog.
I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly, I love it.
Now I can place this cog in a fire and reshape it.
Although, I don't think our fireplace will be hot enough to reshape metal. I'm talking like a furnace would need.
In this state, the cog is quite malleable. I'll need to find some tools to shape it.
Well, here's a tool.
This Thor-sized hammer could reshape the world.
It's not Mjolnir.
Now it's fixed and ready to be put back.
There we are. Now it's come all the way open. I like the way it's like a funky thumping noise when you're on the wood. Ugh.
Wow, that Morlock is a lethal hazard. But it's energy driven, so maybe I could short circuit him somehow. Like getting him wet.
Here's another puzzle. Oh, so you have to get all these to green. Ah, that's the worst, isn't it? Of course, you push this one, they'll go down. So what made that one move then? So maybe I'll turn last. If I gotta pull them down and go at the same time. Oh, hold on. There it goes. I believe, was it H.G. Wells who coined the term Morlocks for antagonist in the Time Machine saga? Ah, there's always one, isn't there? Oh, this is getting tedious. Right, I've got nothing now. Cool. Oh. I think at this point I'll take the slave puzzle back. Dare I say such a thing? You are a tosser, you know that. Don't you just want to meet the devs of some puzzles and you just want to go, why? Why do you do that?
The valves are broken and blocking water flow. I need to adjust them to allow water to flow freely through the pipe.
Yeah, that's kind of nice,
The
isn't it?
valves are controlled by the wheels at the bottom of the box.
Well, you can quite clearly see it's a hologram, but past experience, if I actually go forward, he will actually kill me. Logic is not strong with this one, but there we go. Again. Just for that one as puzzle that you just sort of whack it enough times and you succeed. I'll put the power off, so there we go.
It's a card reader, and I'll need the electricity to be on for it to work.
Turn the water off. Turn the plug on. Just power back on. And swipe the card.
Yeah, Margaret made sure this place was soundproof.
Yeah, it feels it's almost like a pre-allocation of each valve raises one other by a certain amount, and that's more of, I think, maybe a pen and notepad, but it didn't seem consistent in places. That's actually one of the more difficult puzzles of the game that we just trawled through, so they're not too bad.
It's a chemical mixer for creating medicine. I'll need to place a vial filled with alcohol and valerian flowers in here to create medicine for Mantis.
Oh, so that's the I think that's the actual end of the level. This here is actually, well, I guess it's got the switch icon, so you think it's imperative to a puzzle, but it's just for laugh.
That's the Interocitor IQ measurement system. I should try this baby out and see what a genius I am.
Don't text. You may not like what you find. Dr. Zaius was right. A man like you is inferior to the simian in every way.
Oh, poor Tex. Interesting. He says the Interocitor. As I mentioned, Smart Alec is... Well, Smart Alex. The guy who voiced him, I can't remember his name, was in MST3K. And there was a film called This Island Earth, and one of the big plot points was a thing called an Interocitor. Yeah, you remember it, Jen? Yeah.
This machine monitors electrical activity in your heart.
Boom, boom, boom. You boys making an Interocitor up there? No. Are you cooking up there? No. Very funny movie. So we combine this and this, I think. Nope.
Stop. Just stop.
It's a chemical mixer for creating medicine. I'll need to place a
Okay,
vial.
so I just put the vial.
How hard did you hit your head? Dear God.
Okay.
Man, I don't even know what I was trying to do.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
I need to place this in a chemical mixer to... Hell, that ought to do it. This medicine should control Manus's pain.
That doesn't really look like a centrifuge, though, does it? Or chem mix. Yeah. Brack, wasn't it? Or oh, what's the other one called? Oh, I was going to do my head in there. Like the huge foreheads. Oh. That one's called Brack. Yeah, sort of like a catalogue shop in the future kind of centrifuge for $99.99. Right, so we need to...
Well, hell, that ought to do it. This medicine should control...
So we have to meet up with Mantis now.
Glass is shattered. Something trying to get in or out.
Oh. God, what was his name? I want to say Excelsior or Centron or something stupid. Exeter! Thank you! Yeah, because when he just introduced himself, basically, guys, it's a Max. It's a really old film, like from the 50s, 60s. Very, very loose understanding of science, placed into sci-fi. So you know, it's full of holes. These dudes from a planet come down and give this guy instructions to make a communication device called an Interocitor, and it's basically just a video phone, and they get this guy on the phone called Exeter, and he's got a huge forehead with a great big white quiff, and MST3K, these guys, they just like put their own dub over it, put like silly. That's fine, don't worry about it. Google helps. I'll put a clip in the hyperlinks afterwards. It's you can probably find it on YouTube somewhere actually. Very camp, very silly, crazy, real low budget sci-fi, and they just put like quips now and again saying like, I'm Exeter, and someone will say Doug Exeter. Anyway.
I've assembled the spirit radio. Tonight will be my first attempt to contact my husband. The radio is working. I hear voices that are incoherent, eerie, and tantalizing.
Like 2 for 1
There must be
hardbacks.
some way to amplify the power. My last attempt was a near disaster, similar to what happened to Tesla back in 1899. The frequency caused a vibration that increased until I thought the house would split in two.
That's important.
I had to smash the radio. Now I have to start all over. I don't want to get my hopes
Something
too
like that, yeah.
high, but I believe I've made contact. I brought the radio into the lab, and I swear that being close to Charles's cryo chamber
Yes.
has intensified the signal. I'm sure it's his voice, but I can't understand what he's saying. I've recorded hours of
Yeah,
the
that was a
voice
great bit.
and had
Yeah, because it goes through the
experts
credits of each
analyze
film
the
they
audio from
review,
every
and
angle.
yeah, just take the
We've
mickey out of them.
deciphered 3 words.
Time Chasers is a really, really
Void,
funny one for it.
Return, immortal.
Because they go, this was written? I don't think so.
I've reached an impasse. I wonder if the Tesla egg, could it amplify the radio's power? It's been weeks since I've heard Charles's voice on the spirit radio. I wonder if the Gideon parasites have moved ahead without me and brought him back to life.
Yeah, I see what I mean, Max. She's really blasé about the entire
this video
life and
journal.
death thing.
Charles is dead and lost to me forever.
Oh, it's
And,
10 years later.
I will die soon. The translator lives, and one way or another, whoever sees this, Mantis, Mason, it's up to you to stop the translator.
Stopping the translator isn't going to be easy. The Tesla egg and spirit radio seem to be the keys. Somehow the information Margaret Leonard took to the grave needs to be uncovered. Is that even possible? I have an eerie feeling it is. I waited near the front door, ready for him to show up, but not as ready as I should have been.
Yeah.
Sorry. I
Ah.
can't control it.
Plot hole. Doesn't he need a phrase as well as the medicine?
Are you the one who prays? Oh, my hell, praying mantis.
That was Margaret's call. So she did see.
Oh, okay. There it is.
It just seems strange she took such a risk coming to see you. So she could give you the injection.
How do you know about that?
Because I was there. And she wanted you to forget everything you had done.
Yeah, well, she pretty much accomplished that.
Oh, I didn't notice that before.
And here you are.
Yeah. Like I said, some of the 3D engine is a little bit lacking in
You know what
places.
I find strange? I saw a video of Margaret torturing you.
She wasn't torturing me. She had been helping me for a very long time.
But you're a moron.
Don't you know?
She made you this way.
You can't blame her. I chose this path. I volunteered to take one of the greatest technological leaps of all time, cryotechnology. I was one of the founding members of the Tesla Legacy Society. Along with others, I allowed myself to die and be brought back. We dreamed of waking to a world reborn. We found ourselves worse
Just
off
swimming
than
lights.
before. And worst of all, we no
Yeah,
longer
they provide
were
a
the
gentle
people we had
glow.
been.
Warning not to be used of increased
Caused
visibility in the dark.
Unforeseen complications.
Well, at least cryogenics is now partially covered under major medical.
Only a few of us escaped the physical deformities from the freeze. Worse is what it did to our minds. Drove us to madness.
So how come the Tesla Society hasn't taken care of you guys? Certainly the burden shouldn't just fall on Margaret.
The Tesla Legacy Society and its creations are no more.
So what happened? I mean, I know a little of your history since Charles Johansson joined you.
Johansson. I believed in him once. He was our martyr. We carried his work to the foot of his holy cryo chamber. We knew that one day he would return to take us to this glorious future.
And he did return.
Yeah, he was now the translator. He was delusional only as the greatest zealots are. He believed he knew the will of Tesla. He was going to create a gateway, a celestial conduit between heaven and earth. He called it the immortal coil.
Gotcha.
He was determined to build it at any cost. And in the end, we banished him from the society. But he didn't stay banished. Months later, he returned with a small group of men, led by the one known as Slade. They attacked the facility, sparing no one. I saw Slade himself put a gun to my wife's head while she begged for her life. He pulled the trigger. When it was over, they removed every trace of the Tesla Legacy Society. Its files, its equipment. There was only one thing left behind.
And that was?
A key bit of information. The spirit radio frequencies. They were stored in the clouds that Charles never knew about.
And these were important.
It may be the only way to stop Charles from activating the immortal coil.
And that would be...
bad.
Bad?
It's very bad. As in splitting the planet in two bad. I'll tell you where to find the egg. But I need you to find those frequencies first.
Before I head off to the Tesla Legacy Society,
That's where the demo would
I
have
get
ended.
a call from Thompson Ald inviting me over to his house. Sounds like he's ready to talk.
Any luck locating the spirit radio?
I've got some leads, but it all seems to tie to something called the Immortal Coil.
That thing looks CG.
I found something that you might find
And
interesting.
the entire interior of
They
the
did some
house.
experiments with interfacing brain
The chairs only seem to be the only
You might
physical
have been one
object.
of the first test subjects.
I'm sorry.
Memories are simply electronic impulses, and we are the sum of our memories. Now, on a cellular level, you're a completely different person than you were 7 years ago. But your essence is exactly the same as it was that night with Chelsea outside of the Golden Pagoda.
How do you know about Chelsea?
Well, first, and you may already know this,
Evasive.
Chelsea is Margaret Leonard's daughter. Now, Margaret had lost her husband, and she was overwhelmed. So she put Chelsea in the care of a mutant family, the Bandos, and then tried to forget that she'd ever had a child.
That's pretty cold.
Well, it was a decision that she's regretted for decades. And years later, when she found Chelsea living at the Ritz, she rented a room so she could be
Yeah,
close.
I'm gonna guess it's green
Never
screen.
revealed her true identity.
It makes sense a lot of scenes, and especially like the street and all that.
Now, Margaret was being funded by Gideon Enterprises. And an opportunistic manager named Dalton Fisk found out that Margaret's husband had stolen some very...
Compared to like previous text method games, so it's
Tesla
quite an
cash.
improvement, but
Dalton tried
it's still
forcing Margaret into
jarring in
reanimating
places.
Charles, but she refused and disappeared. But then Dalton discovered that she had a daughter, and he came after her. Now, I don't know if her memory has been manipulated or if it's so painful that she can't share it, but I do know that she's left her old life behind.
So Chelsea's alive? And you know that for sure?
I do. She's my wife.
You married my girlfriend?
Mason asked me to look after her for protection. Which reminds me,
I've seen
I
that
meant to
trope
get you the
before.
canister.
Whoa, wait a second. I mean, you're gonna finish this, right? There's other parts of the story?
Margaret didn't want to know where she had gone. Chelsea needed someone, and we grew quite fond of each other. We had a good life together. But you see, I'd been in love with someone who couldn't return my feelings, and so I'd come to accept my bachelorhood. But you know, somehow, marrying Chelsea just felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah, but I'm in love with Chelsea. And you're married to her. What happens next?
I'll tell you what happens now. How about we go get
Oh,
that cryo
bloody hell,
with
Slade.
old Maggie's head in it?
We can't let him have it.
Hold on, partner there. No need to get violent or anything. Let's just see if we can work this out, okay?
Can we all just get along? Oh, fantastic.
Oh, up there, is it?
bad. We've got to get you to the hospital.
No, you have to stop him. If they get inside her head, it will undo everything that Mason was fighting for.
Look, I know what they're after, and I think I can beat them to it. It's the Tesla egg, so let's just get you out of here.
Go! Go!
You're coming with me. Come on.
Oh, Tex.
I couldn't shake the look of fear I saw in Alt's eyes as he was lying in a pool of his own blood. Slade had blown a hole through the little man without even a second thought. Could I really have been partners with someone like that? Maybe I did change over the last 7 years, but if I did, it has to be possible to change back. I need a weapon I can use against these psychopaths. I knew my only hope was somewhere at the Tesla Institute. Slade's trumped me at every corner, but the ace may be at Tesla.
Here we go, day 8, which is the final chapter. Well. And this place looks creepy on the outside. It's a freaking nightmare inside.
These minimum security guys didn't have a chance against a pro like Slade. This piece of equipment could be from a Jules Verne. These minimum security guys didn't have a chance against a pro like Slade. I need a security card to get inside.
Yep.
It's a security card.
Oh, good eye. Didn't notice that. And that's where we'll leave it tonight. Save it, they're all safe. Yeah, but sorry guys. Can leave more for the finale. Yeah, just like the first dude second dude I come across, like, oh, he's got a car in his hand, not in the bush or somewhere obscure. But yeah, it looks like we're on the final step now at the Tesla Society, and I'm not going to spoil too much, but it's an area I find rather difficult to proceed with because it's very creepy. There are monsters in there of both insect and other variety. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and this is all archived on my Twitch account, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's quite an adventure. I mean, I don't really see many FMV heavy adventure games nowadays. It's either voice acting as is, and that's fine. I'll put a link into the Twitch video clips. You can see the entirety of it later if you want. But anyway, thanks for watching folks, and I'll see you for the final part next time. Probably tomorrow, perhaps. Goodbye.